man. Told you talk. Hey, how y'all doing? What's going on, everybody? All right, man. So look, man, Drake's messages have been leaked. They've been leaked, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. So, before we get into that, I got to get a legendary spill. This is Torch Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, know to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me a hidden gem. I went from 1,300 subscribers to 13, 14, 15, 16,000. And yes, I am the king of the north. Let me know what kingdom you from. Also, too, this Sunday, there will be a live on this page, a battle rap event. If you like battle rap, tune in. Me versus J Dev. All right, so let's get to it, man. Let's do it. All right, this comes courtesy of the Ville. You know what it is, go.
So I wanted to go over these DMs. If you don't know, Drake's DMs were recently linked by a fan account. Somebody had leaked them, and everybody is finding out that Drake was being notified about everything that was happening in the rap beef, whether it was Kendrick Lamar posting stories about Not Like Us, or whether it was about Snow, or anything having to do with Ebony Prince. And those are the things that I wanted to talk about right now because I feel like these are the important things that I wanted to go over to explain to the people in detail why they matter to the story in such an important way. So as you could
I always wondered, like, how Drake communicates with people in the DM because I'm thinking that he's very reckless and very careless. And if he's communicating with people and he can and his these people get their accounts hacked, I wonder how he handles this. I'm just curious how he handles it.
see by the first thing that we see here, it's the fan account sending Drake a message of him on live stream with Snow. This was a controversial streamer, and Drake were on live stream together. And then Drake responds to this, and we never knew what Drake's response to this was when it was circulating the internet. He says, "That ish not gonna work. That bit weird, not me." Basically saying that she's the one doing all these things. And then the fan account says facts, but they'll still try it anyways. However, I do want to point out that Drake, even though he is saying this, he is a person that did gift her a lot of things. A while back, he had gifted her equipment. Not only that, but when she was on live stream, he had gifted her 100 subs. So the fact that he's talking about her like this in the screenshots, I found real interesting, considering that he's been real nice to her publicly. Now in private, he's saying this about her.
But we all know that this is how he is. This is exactly how he is. He he goes behind people's back and he do this. And I'm thinking this is the reason why a lot of rappers don't ain't side with him on certain things because this is what he does. He goes behind people back and he talks crazy about them. And he was all on this girl stream. We all seen it. He was all on this girl stream. And now he's up here saying she weird. Like, that's crazy, yo. That's crazy.
Well, let's just say that he's just trying to protect himself from what Snow was responsible of doing. So I thought it was interesting that he made a response like this, considering that he had gifted her subs as well as bought her streaming equipment so that way she could do these streams that Drake is calling her out for. What's interesting is that he was a part of these streams as well himself for a moment in time. And sure enough, this coincides with Ebony Prince because eventually they ask him about Ebony Prince. Now, moving forward, they ask him about Not Like Us as well. They keep him updated about him and the video. And when it drops, moving forward, it also shows the other thing. It shows a very important part right here when they show him the Ebony Prince situation for the first time. Now, all these messages and text messages are in the beginning of the beef, the beginning of the battle. You can see this is when they had shared the images that Ebony Prince started posting on Twitter. This was Ebony Prince sharing the photos of Christopher Alvarez. Christopher Alvarez was a gentleman in a wheelchair who was supposed to see Drake, and he later on had said that he was just listening to beats. But the story is very mixed up because Ebony Prince, of course, the person that we're talking about, who is sharing this information, had later on and came out and shared a video that revealed that Christopher Alvarez was waiting in the hotel till 4 in the morning, waiting for Drake.
Bro. If you ever seen Christopher Alvarez, I know that I believe that that's the little guy in the wheelchair. I believe that that's what it is. Let me see if that's what it is. Yeah, I believe that that's the little guy in the wheelchair. And if you out here waiting for Drake, I don't know why you would be waiting for Drake 4 o'clock in the morning. I have no clue. Or why are you waiting for Drake 4 o'clock in the morning? I don't understand it. I don't.
Show up. Very strange hours for anybody to wait for a celebrity at that time. Not only that, this is when the person had sent the picture of the Meet the Grams items that they were able to obtain from Drake while he was staying at this hotel, also, because all of this happens at the Mark Hotel. Someone just posted your dad's stolen luggage. This is not his dad's luggage. This is Drake's luggage. The footage is recorded from a rooftop in Brooklyn near where Kendrick used to live at. Drake says still have no idea what that stuff is. The problem with this is that in the beginning of the beef, Drake always said that he planted the information. He always said that in the song. He always said it in the Heart Part 6. I planted the information, waited days, whatever the case may be. Well, that's not true because now he's obviously saying he has no idea what it is. And this fan account is out here trying to say that it's Kendrick Lamar. It's not Kendrick Lamar. No, not at all. It's actually
That's crazy. So he been lying the whole time. He was lying the whole time. We planted the information. He said that on a Hard Part 6. He definitely did. And look at this. I still don't know what that stuff is. So you lied. Either you know what it was, and I don't think you lying to this person, because why would you be lying to that person? If you planted it and he showed you it, then why are you lying about it? Maybe you didn't want people to know. Let's be clear. Maybe you didn't want people to know. That's why you said that. Maybe you did really plan it, right? Yeah, whatever.
a security guard by the name of Darren Walker. Darren Walker is Ebony Prince, and he's showing you the receipts right here that he was a security guard at this hotel. And that's how he was able to get this information from Drake. That's how he was able to get these items from Drake. And that's how he was able to send them to Kendrick Lamar so that way Kendrick Lamar could use them as the Meet the Grams cover. All of this matches up with Snow as well because Drake was talking to Snow when he was staying at this hotel. If you could take a look here, you could see what he's wearing. It says Canadian, which is a very rare shirt to even have in the first place. Ebony Prince later on had shared this and showed that he still had the shirt in his possession. Right here, you have the Meet the Gram shirt on the side, and then you have, which is not Drake's dad's shirt, and then you have Drake's shirt, which is confirmed to be Drake's shirt because he was wearing it on the live stream that he did at the Mark Hotel while he was talking to Snow. This is something that
No, that's not a coincidence. This is a fact, allegedly. This is not a coincidence, not at all. There's no way in the world you're going to tell me that I got the same exact shirt and the items that you said you planted. I got all that. Come on, bro. This is crazy.
Ebony Prince also confirmed that Drake was doing while he was staying at the Mark Hotel, that he was doing this live stream with her, as well as doing other things, such as going to the Popular Jewelry, where you could also see the receipt that he had left there. And there's multiple pictures online of Drake at Popular Jewelry where you could see him here. Again, I do not think that Drake was planting information. And the fact that he's saying and admitting that he doesn't know what it is just a clear indicator that he was lying about planting information. And I think he's not saying much because he's concerned about Ebony Prince. I personally feel that Drake is concerned about Ebony Prince. And if he's not, he probably should because Ebony Prince comes with a lot of receipts. And this is why these DMs matter because this is the first time we ever hear from Drake directly, straightforward, talk about Ebony Prince in this way. But even though he does so, he's not really talking about it. He's more so just acknowledging it, but refusing to give an actual answer because
He's definitely doing that. But as y'all can see, he's been lying the whole time, saying he planted the evidence. No, you didn't, dog. No, you didn't. Now look at you. You being exposed. Like, look at this, bro. This is crazy. I'm telling you, there's much more to this story. I'm telling you, I think that they slow walking it. They slow walking it, but it's much more to this.
remember what Drake liked to be called at this hotel. I've said it time and time and again. Drake used to be called Mr. Richard Fitzenwell, an alias by Aubrey Drake Graham, aka D Fitzenwell. This is where he stayed for It's All a Blur tour. Need I go further? After party, give me a hug. Not only that, let me show you also the things that the security guard would say. Because this man was able to work at this hotel, he was able to get the Meet the Grams items. He was able to email them to Anthony Soleil. Anthony Soleil gave them to Kendrick Lamar, the pictures to Kendrick Lamar, and that's how Kendrick Lamar was able to get a hold of them. For that way, they could be the cover of Meet the Grams and do all of this, right? But look at what Ebony Prince would talk about when he would talk about the hotel that Drake would stay at. 3 months ago, I simply asked for the truth to be what came out. All that was given was more lies. I have yet to tell a lie. This is no different. Do you really think of all people I don't know when I see it? Trans appearing ex workers through the front door, appearing private guests in the wee hours of the night through the back door. These are things that Ebony Prince is saying that he would see while he worked at this hotel. Now, remember, this is the hotel where he got to meet the Grams items from Drake directly, and as well as exposing all these incriminating things that are occurring at this hotel. Wow.
That's crazy, bro. Now, y'all see that? That's wild as hell. That's wild, bro. Oh my God.
Drake is staying there, and things that are also occurring in general at this hotel that are pretty shady. A lot of shady things happening at this hotel that Drake decides to stay at. And what was interesting was that he was so upset. Ebony Prince was so upset about Drake, right? He was so upset about Drake causing issues for him at this hotel because of how he was living there, how he was staying there. It cost a lot of people their jobs as well. You see, you all assumed they were both fired when in fact only one was. The other from the security department resigned because he felt that nobody would believe him against Mr. Fitzenwell and his team. Video footage later proved he acted properly, but it was too late. So this is Ebony Prince talking about a time where a security guard lost their job because they had to quit because it was either their word against Drake's, also known as Dick Fitzenwell. I wonder what that security guard had saw. I wonder what he had to do or experience to resign from his job because it was either him or Drake. Now, going back to this post here, I'm not sure if this is what Ebony Prince was referring to or if it had anything to do about the other escapades that Drake was involved in while staying at this Mark Hotel. Because there was a lot of things happening at this hotel while Drake was staying there. And Ebony Prince seems to know that there was something incriminating going on while Drake had stayed there. Keep it alleged, allegedly.
I believe it. I believe that they ain't doing this all for no reason. This has to be something. Like some people say, oh, they're doing this for clout. Nah, this is a little more than that. You got these items and you nah. I think they probably trying to I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with this, but trust me, believe. I think they're doing something.
But that's why this is so important because this is the first time that Drake has acknowledged this. And he's admitting that he never planted these items. And these items have been something that Ebony Prince had found and he was telling the truth about. Not only that, had given more clues about the suspicions of this hotel and the activity taking place while Drake was staying there. And then you have this fan account trying to say that it was Kendrick Lamar when that wasn't even the case at all. Because if you just did a little bit more research, you would find out that Ebony Prince, like we talked about on this channel, was a person that worked as a security guard, and this is his certificate proving that right in front of us. So, because it is not Kendrick Lamar, it's a security guard that worked at the hotel that's uncovering all of this stuff, right? This is why this matters. And moving forward, this is also where The fan account tells Drake to tap into Academic's live stream that the guy who bought it, not like us, is whistleblowing. And then Drake, as gullible as it looks, he says, that stuff is insane. I just landed. The fan account saying, I wonder how fans will report on this. And then he says it's insane. Well, it turns out moving into the future and then Drake having this lawsuit, it looks like Drake had to admit that this was a falsity and it couldn't be used in court. And now, from what it seems like, it looks like Drake was just falling for what fan accounts were telling him online instead of doing his own due diligence and looking at what he could find himself and through whatever other people that he could have paid to do so could have paid.
That's what I'm saying. He he knew for a fact that that song wasn't botted, but he had to put that narrative out because he had no wins. He had no wins, so he put that out. Then he went out to Academic stream, Academics saying this, and then Academics even admitted it that it wasn't botted, and then now Academics come back and say it was botted, or they call him whatever they call him, the bot, K bot or whatever. It's like, come on, bro, come on, bro.
A professional. Instead, you're looking at messages sent from fan accounts and just taking it from word of mouth. I don't think that's a good look at all. And it's crazy to think that Drake really took this fan account seriously, at least serious enough to go and take what they said to the courts. And then you just so that way UMG could shut it down. And Drake willingly having to admit that this was false and had nothing to do with UMG or Payola or whatever the case may be. And then the video ends with Drake just saying a lot of things about players, basketball players, football players, think Patrick Mahomes' brother. But yeah, basically this is what Drake was talking about. So we could confirm right now that Drake did not plant evidence. He never planted evidence. He didn't even have a clue what was going on. And I don't think he was expecting that to happen. And every time this fan account had brought up Ebony Prince, it looked like Drake was not trying to engage fully in this conversation. You could see him respond to everything else multiple times. But when it comes to the Ebony Prince scenario, it looks like he only gave one message. When it comes to everything else, it looks like he's quick to respond about everything. But when it finally comes to the Ebony Prince situation, they sent him at least 6 messages about Ebony Prince, and he only responded with one message. After that, he never talked about it again. They never brought it up to him again, at least from what we're seeing through these DMs that were exposed. And eventually the subject just changed to something else. That's when he started talking about the streams and things like that. So if you ask me, bro, I think he kept his opinions about Ebony Prince to a minimum for a reason. We'll keep it alleged. But from what the things that Ebony Prince has shared in the past and the way that Drake responds about it now, needless to say, Drake did not plant any information at all. And I feel like he might have been concerned when Ebony Prince had came out. It could make a lot more things difficult for Drake if he ever decided to come out with incriminating information. However, Ebony
I do believe that, and I'm gonna end it there. Yeah, I definitely think that Ebony Prince has much more than what he's saying, and I think that Drake knows this. I also think that there is definitely something that happened at that hotel, and maybe this is the reason why he's slow walking it. I don't know, but Kendrick knows something. Ebony Prince has some more stuff, and we ain't here to end of this. Trust me, this will continue. I know it will. So thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. Bye.